Good morning, fifth graders. Hi, Mrs. Turway here, and I could not be here for class today, so I have a really good reason though, so I'll tell you about it on Monday. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick little summary of what you're going to be doing in class today, and I know we talked a little bit yesterday, but let's just review. Okay? First of all, if you have not watched the Friday feature, it's another good one. If you haven't watched it, you can watch that. Otherwise, once the Friday feature is over and you've watched this video, you're going to begin on your 2-point city. We've worked on it for a couple of days now, so you should be ready to go. So I have put together a handout that gives you the requirements that you need to know as you begin your 2-point city. I also have some examples for you to look at. I would encourage you not necessarily to copy these, but kind of use them as an inspiration on what you want to do for yours. So these are two of my drawings. And then I've got this one right here, which is actually one that I got off the internet, but I really liked the fact that the buildings were big and wide versus what we have here. So you got a variety of things to look at for some inspiration. Okay. So reading through the requirements, you need to have at least 5 buildings, and that's not very many. So I would say like 5 is the very minimum. You're probably going to do 8 to 12 buildings. All buildings have to go to the vanishing point. You need to have at least one building separation where we can see like an alley or a road going between the buildings. All right. You need to have one size change, and you're going to have multiples. I have no doubt about that. Where you're going to have some buildings that are taller or some buildings that are smaller. Okay. You also need to show that one building is drawn further back in the composition. And I'm talking about those buildings that are like right here that are just way, way, way in the background. And because they're in the background, we don't see the bottom of them. So we don't see a door. We're likely going to see windows though, okay? Because the next thing right here says you need to have windows and doors on all of your buildings. I did not say how many. I'm just saying you need to have some windows, and likely a door on a building if it's down here and we can see the bottom of the building. All right. And then the last one says you must have a sidewalk visible. You can kind of see it in this one, but the ones on the back, you can see the sidewalk. So that means it shows us a road and it shows a sidewalk with some lines on it. And then the last thing here, I put no shading for yours today because we're going to do this in color starting next week. So we want a simple line drawing. Now, I really, really, really have to push the idea that, guys, everything in this is going to be straight up and down or going to a vanishing point. That means buildings, that means windows, that means doors, that means lines on the sidewalk. If you decide to do something like this one right here, where we see these lampposts, they're vertical. Okay. I do have the tops of them going to the vanishing point, like they get big to small. But for the most part, they're just vertical. That's what we have to remember. The only thing is maybe the horizon line we can see a little bit in the end, but when you get completely done, we should be able to see that every window, every door, every building, and everything. Oh, I just keep repeating myself. All of it is vertical and goes to the vanishing point. All right, so on my list of things I need to tell you, okay? Take your time, do a good job on this. You're working on your final drawing paper. It is 8 by 12, so it's a little bigger, okay? And then what I also need to tell you is that person number 3, you are going to be in charge of making sure that each person gets one of these. I would prefer you guys not write on them, by the way, so I can use them next quarter. You're also going to be in charge of getting everyone a piece of drawing paper so that they can actually start their city. And then, I said person 3. Sorry, person 2, you are in charge of getting the papers. Person 3, you're in charge of the rulers. And remember, they're on the, I have to go that way, I think. I don't know. Anyway, they're by the windows with the rulers and then the names of your table colors over there. Make sure that you have 4 for each of your tables, unless you are at the side tables by the windows and you guys only have 2. So when you put them away, make sure of that, okay? All right. And then please help out the sub. Understand that cleanup, we do it just like we always do. That means we have, I think the pink table today is going to be doing, is that right? Pink, pink, pink. Yeah. I think it is pink. You guys are in charge of spraying and wiping the tables, all right? Make sure you have pencils and sharpeners are all in your caddy, and do a nice job for the sub. I can't wait. Sorry, can't wait to see what you guys did Monday. We'll see you then.